I am trying to cast one of these early creatures, um, one or two of these early creatures, and then protect it. I'm going to cast hopefully Soaring Thought Thief, Thieves Guild Enforcer, Merfolk Windrider early on, and then and then counter the rest of their stuff since Uro got banned, including against the Omnath decks, because Uro's not there. Okay, so this is pretty good. We got 3 lands, a 4th land. This is probably not going to be played as a land. It'll probably be played as a Hagra Mauling. And the bad part, actually, I take that back. Because our 2-drop is a sprite, and that might not be good enough. Let's I'm going to keep this, but this is actually questionable because our counter spell is our 2-drop, and we don't have any more things, but we might be able to tempo it out by bouncing up their stuff anyways. So let's try this. So we'll play this first, and that gives us a chance to think about what we're going to do this on. We get to see another card before we have to choose what this comes down as. Okay, so now it's for sure we can safely play it as a island, and I think we play our Hypnotic Sprite as a sprite. So white probably means that this is the cycling deck. I'm the control player in this matchup. Maybe I actually just say go and get the card advantage later. Like I bounce something instead. Yeah, I'm gonna bounce something instead and get card advantage because I'm the control player. Oh, blue white. Okay. I don't know what I'm playing against now, but that's fine. We're still doing this. I'm playing against some Azorius kind of deck. And now I have a counter open, and if they don't do something scary, I can flash out a Brazen Borrower instead. He's probably just going to relay the Hollow Blade. So let's let him do that. He's got a blue open. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm just Brazen Borrowing to get a guy on the board, and then I can bounce his Hollow Blade later if I need to. Okay, so he's no, he's got this thing, so that's why it's delaying. He doesn't actually have a 1-mana counter. Okay, so that's a good draw. I kind of wish I had gotten that much earlier. So this is a swamp now because I do have a Hagra Mauling. And we are going to send, because this guy can't block anyways, and we are already ahead on this race, right? And that's what we're doing, is this is tempo. All we have to do is be ahead on the race. And we have 2 counters, a bounce, and a creature kill to try and win this game with, basically. Plus, I'm going to get to Hypnotic Sprite something, and yeah, I don't care about Opt. I'm going to get to Hypnotic Sprite something and casts my Enforcer in the same turn. I'm still not sure what he is doing. Normally, I have a better idea because normally they've milled some cards by now. But I think it's just some Azorius stuff. Search your library for an R card, reveal it, and put it to your hand, and shuffle your library. I'm just Hypnotic Spriting, like it keeps the creature off the board. I'm going to hit him with a. Make sure that's tapping right. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to get another hit in with the Thieves Guild Enforcer, and I'm going to stop him from getting card advantage while gaining card advantage myself. Like that card is not a big threat in and of itself, but this is the plan: is get some random dudes out there and protect them. Like he's got priority because of this guy. Yeah. Okay, big thanks. Big thanks. So what did we see? Oh, we saw some more ons. We still don't know what this guy's doing. He's doing like a blue-white, awesome, blue-white enchanty deck of some sort. Okay, so we still can't cast this Hypnotic Sprite because we need to leave our counters open. Both of these are close to hard counters at this point, right? Like this is, he can only have 4 mana on his next turn. He's got 4 cards in his graveyard. John and Locke is a full hard counter, and this makes them pay 4 more, which is more than they have. So these are 2 hard counters and a creature kill and a bounce. We are in super good shape right now. I mean, he might surprise me with something though. Like I'm not sure what he's trying to accomplish here yet, besides enchanting his creatures in some way. Rousing Reed. I think I'm just killing that guy. And no, I'm not killing that guy. I'm bouncing that guy. That's what I mean. But it's a very. This guy's just. I feel like this guy's just playing some jank, right? And this is honestly, I feel like this is GG at this point, right? Like I got value off of my bounce, and he can't recast that guy this turn. I am crazy ahead in the race, and he's not going to be able to counter anything else. Hey, Cat Crasher, how's it going? What are you up to today? I'm playing some Magic today. I'm not sure if that's in your milieu or not, but that is what we're doing. How's your day so far, Cat Crasher? I appreciate you popping in. I'm about to trounce this guy with who has a very questionable deck. Like I don't I don't care about that card. That card is not scary. I'm so far ahead on this race. You're here for personality in the game second. Thanks. I appreciate it. So this deck is a this deck was a tier 2 deck until the past 24 hours, where they banned the card in the top deck in the environment. Can't hear any game audio though. Oh, okay. That is a good point. Hang on, let me see if I can fix that. Let's see. Oh, it's not even showing up as an option. That's interesting. Let's because I don't know why that's not showing up, because it's doing game capture. Let me put on some music instead. Can you hear the music? Yep. Okay. So so this deck was the second best maybe-ish deck in the format that lost to the best deck. But they banned the scariest card in the best deck. And now I'm pretty close to feeling like this is the best deck as a result. I don't know if people realize that yet. But there was one card in the best deck that was like casually beat this thing, and it's called Uro. And it's because this deck mills the opponent, puts cards from their top of their deck straight into their graveyard to enable some of its effects. And Uro can be played from the graveyard, and gains you life and draws you cards every time you do it. And so I can't remove it because they just bring it back. So he's gonna die next turn. That is, like, he's drawing these cards. He's only got 2 mana to solve, and I've got 3 ways to stop him. Like, there's nothing he can do but die right here. This guy just got bigger because he hit 8 cards in his graveyard, which is he actually hit 10 because he discarded more. And that's what you want, is to have 8 things in it. +1/+1 lifelink and curiosity. So we just counter that and win. Let's counter it this way. Yeah. Not about card games only. Someone is Pokemon the card game. Okay. Well, this has some comparison points. All right. We've got both of our colors, and we've got an extra black land. So this is, there's no counters, but there's these suffocating fumes. I can handle things that are on the table. We'll try this. This isn't great though. We'll try this. I don't have any of my 12 early drops that I want. Black white. Okay, so is this the enchantment deck? Might be. There's an argument for thinking I'm going to get to play this Fabled Passage untapped at some point. So let's go with that assumption. I think that actually means that I'm doing this tapped. That might be wrong because I'm kind of heavy on land here. I should have saved it for a spell, but I almost never get to like that spell is very expensive. Okay, sure. Let's because what we've got handles stuff in play, so I'm not holding up for countering things. Let's see if he wants to waste like removal on this Merfolk Windrobber. Seems like not. Crystalline Giant? Okay, that is fine because we're going to bounce that guy. But that's kind of funny. I kind of regret playing the Agadim now, but that's okay. Let's get our island into play. And let's get this party started. He should have given that guy reach. He gave it trample instead. He might give it lifelink now, which is also fine. I'm not, oh no, he's gonna make it bigger. Okay, that's fine. I'm not scared of this guy. I will take that hit. If you don't play anything meaningful, I'm going to, I don't know. Like, that guy is not scary to me. I'm gonna get to Xerath here in a second, although what I'm getting out of it is not amazing. Agonizing Remorse. That is an unfortunate card because I don't have the counter to stop it. Because I would stop it to save my Xerath. I could cycle, but I don't have a 1-mana counter. So sure, take my Xerath. That's what he's taking. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Yeah. Okay. Nope. Let's get this tempo train started. Yeah. No counters, no early drops. This is maybe a bad hand to keep. Okay, now we've got a hard counter, an effectively hard counter to back up our kind of bad keep here. That should have been the Fabled Passage, just to thin my deck a little more, but that's okay. Yep, let's get him. This guy has done as much damage as his crystalline not good enough card. Yeah, that card is still not a threat, right? Like I'm still. How's a good draw? Oh, he gave it reach this time. I should have paid attention to the fact that that's a thing. That's okay. What we're actually going to do is we're going to bounce at main phase, and we will still have our Lofty Denial up. All right, and let's go ahead and get our island to make things open up our options a little bit. Okay. My brain had this as the same crystalline goblin guy he laid last time and should have put reach on but didn't. Ooh. Man, I wish I had a counter for that Xerath. Okay, so I think we're Lofty Denying. Like if this is literally the best thing he can do, we're gonna stop this from occurring. There's also an argument for laying the Brazen Borrower because he can't block the. Well, I mean, like he can, but he loses that fight. So we drew another counter. That's really good. We're gonna cycle off this suffocating fumes pretty soon here. Like we're maybe gonna counter something and then cycle or lay a dude, or he's just gonna concede because he can't get to his 4th mana. That works too. The Mogris is a little better and has some versatility. Like it gives you could potentially sneak in extra damage with it if you needed to and do some other things. But they serve very similar functions. This is okay. I've got on turn 2 I will be able to either counter something or play my guy. I'm fine with that plan. So this is going to get an island, even though I was stuck with that Hagra's Mauling in my hand last turn. That's the only. Really, is this the same guy? That's the only real double black spell. There's Agadim's Awakening, but that never gets cast anyways. All right. I don't think this cleric deck is good enough in general, but it can have good draws. Sure, I'm not scared of that. Are you gonna swing with your eye? He is because he wants it in his graveyard, but I've got a Brazen Borrower that'll intimate that doesn't work as well as he'd like. Okay, so now this can be a swamp if I need it to, and we'll have Xerath potentially next turn, and that'll be real interesting. That'll be real interesting. We wouldn't want to block his Mire Triton because it has Death Touch. This is an interesting card. Are you mono black? You might be. Call of the Death Dweller. You were not. Why do you think that you would get to resolve that spell? Like, I'm fully untapped, guy. You're just like going for it. I think I'm actually making this another blue mana. The real question is, do I Zareth? Let's actually make it black. Let's do Zareth, and if he has something else, then we'll deal with that as it comes. We still have a bounce plus a counter, so we're still in fine shape. Let me make sure and read this guy. If it enters the graveyard, you capture from your graveyard, exile it. If you do create a 5/5. Okay, so not from a graveyard. Is that the way that works? Am I getting Lurrus instead? I think I'm getting Lurrus instead. There's an argument for Hateful Eidolon. But we'll pick up the Lurrus. There's also an argument for not Zarething there at all and just saying go and sitting on our double Lofty Denials. But this feels better. Demonic Embrace. That's interesting. That is interesting. I'm going to bounce that guy, but it's interesting. All right. I don't have dudes in my graveyard. There's an argument for bouncing this guy so that Zareth can get something else. But I don't think that's what I want to do. I think I just want to do this. If he wants to chump, he can chump, and I'm very happy for that Hateful Eidolon to be dead. That's interesting. Yeah, like I think I was in control of that game, but you know, you never know when you're missing something, right? I lost a couple 2 cards off the top, so that's fine. I maybe lost one to a misplay. Arguably, I lost some to not mulliganing correctly too. So I've got both colors of mana. It's not great, but it is fine. So we'll try it. I'm still kind of getting a better grasp on how on where my moles are at. I've been messing with the lands a little bit and tweaking them for comes into play tapped stuff, things like that. We're probably gonna cycle off one of these Suffocating Fumes pretty quick, and oh, did he mulligan twice? Wow. Temple of Deceit. So I wish I could play those, but it doesn't work with what this deck is doing. I wish I could play a couple of them and feel okay about it. Yeah, I'm playing ranked. I'm trying to rank up, potentially, you know, to get to Mythic, which is the highest rank, but it's not for this season. But you know, it doesn't really get me anything besides, you know, some extra cards and stuff. But yeah, this is ranked in this thing. Thieves Guild Enforcer. I am okay with that because I'm going to Suffocating Fumes it. It's kind of funny. Yeah, these are all ranked games. Yeah, he's looking at my graveyard because he saw that Suffocating Fumes flip. He's rethinking his choices. Okay. And then what? Nighthawk Scavenger. Yeah, he's one turn ahead of me. Let's see if we can solve this problem. Okay. Got a few turns to handle these problems. I wish I had something to work with that John Lock, but I just didn't. Oh, his Castle Lockline. I think this game is lost now. That Castle Lockline, just like in the mirror match, it's so important. Okay, so end of his turn. Let's. And we're doing this partially because we want cards in his graveyard. Okay, so I can bounce this guy and counter it now. Not all at once, so I'm going to take another hit from him, but I think that's all okay. I don't need 2 black at any point, so we're casting this. So we're, and I could also block his guy with mine. We'll see. We'll see what goes on here. All my spells are instants, so we're just saying go. Yep. Yeah, the Castle Lockline. Oh my gosh, I keep complaining about that. My mirror match opponent's getting theirs and me not getting mine. Because I don't think you play multiples of these, really. Like, you can play 2, but I think that's very questionable. Okay. Hits me, that's fine. We are Brazen Borrowing. He's going to Lofty Denial that. That's interesting. That's kind of okay. This is a swamp. Yeah. If we can, if he hypnotic, I want him to cast something beforehand so I can hypnotic sprite it and then try to lock his guy. But whatever, that's fine. It's fine, guys. We can cast our Soaring Thought Thief and counter backup here in a second, which is good. Okay, those damages don't matter, guy. It's the Castle Lockthwain that matters. Yeah? If you got a counter, I would be very happy for you to have a counter. Okay. Yep. It's weird that it gave me a choice there. It doesn't usually give me a choice. Okay. So, I can actually drown and lock his guy now. I still have counter backup. We're just gonna do that. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna have our own counter here in a second. That way I don't have to worry about fighting his guy. And like fighting over, like counter warring over over my card, over my removal. I can just be sure that that thing gets off the board. And we still got some counters to do things with. That's good too. Okay, so he's at 6 cards. So this swing will get the pumps. What are you gonna do, guy? Do you have removal? Do you have bounce? I'm gonna try and Zerathon. I think it's kind of scary. Kind of scary. I think I do it anyways. Do you have an answer for this guy? We are already past blockers. He is casting his own Zerathon. That is actually kind of fine. We've got a Thieves Guild Enforcer that can block it. And we're gonna get we're gonna get his Nighthawk Scavenger. I was gonna say we're gonna get his Thieves Guild Enforcer, but no, we're gonna get the much better card. All right. So he's got a couple cards in hand to do things with right now. Let's see. Hagra Mauling. That is fine. I accept that. You're going to swing with your guy. I'm going to cast my thing, and we're going to see if the last card in your hand is removal. I think it's not because it just came down really fast. And now we're in control of the game. We're 100% in control of this game. Yeah. Only close because he empty-handed a draw 5, but still interesting still. So we could get this the Wind Robber down, but we need to have countered available next turn. So this is actually more important. Sure. I'm not sure what why a turn 1 that. We're gonna. Which way are we handling this? I think we're lofty denying it. Maybe we're just brazen borrowing it. Like I could do that too. Sure, let's do that. Like I want another land is the problem. I need to be able to play the Wind Robber and still have a counter up. He's got a card in his yard now. That makes the Drowned Unlock at least counter 1 casters. Let's get this land down so that we're not in the same position here in a second. We've got bounces. We've got very situational counters. He's going to attack for 1. You got it, guy. Got me. Scavenging Ooze. That guy is actually scary. We are. Are we denying it, or are we? I think we're denying it and saving these brazen. He doesn't have land. I think we're just denying it. Or it seems like he doesn't have land. If he does have land, he just misplayed, right? Yeah, good job misplaying. Okay, so now we can, we actually get to cast this and still have a small counter of backup that will grow here over the course of things. We can counter something that costs 2 or less, and we can bounce things that are bigger. Gem Razor. That is fine because we will just bounce it, probably. Is he gonna swing with it? So my Thieves Guild Enforcer does not have whatchamacallit yet. So we're just bouncing it, right? It doesn't have Death Touch yet because they don't have enough cards in the yard, and playing him does not generate enough cards in the yard. Why are you casting spells when you have land in your hand to play? You just learned that lesson a second ago. Okay, so this guy has reach, which is a problem. So I kind of want to. I can't drown in the lock him. He's got protection from multicolor. I can bounce him to send, to make sure my drown in the lock is a little better. But I think we just say go. I think we just say go. I can Thieves Guild Enforcer to make my drown in the lock bigger if it needs to be. Like now, do I care? I think I don't care. And I'm not sure I even bounce it. Yeah, I think I just take the 5 because I need to get more cards in his yard to make things a little more under control. So let's put some more cards in your yard. And now we've got some counter and some stuff. We're going to bounce that guy at some point. So he's got 7 in the yard, so I can counter anything, and then this Lofty Nut Isle is pretty much a hard counter, and I've got to bounce. I think we're in good shape. Is he missing a color of mana, or is he just mono green? Is a question. Bring it. I will take 5. Sure. What do we got? Do you have a threat? Yorvo. Let's Lofty Denial him probably. And that puts the 8th card in the yard, which is pretty good. And end of turn, we're going to bounce his guy unless he shows me something else, and then drown and lock that Stone Coil Serpent. That is fine. He doesn't have a 1/1. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't understand. I don't understand your plays. Do I care? Like, this guy, he does have trample, I guess. No, we'll just wait and do it on my turn if I need to. Okay, so this is gonna give me another island. Okay, so we've got some answers. He's not presenting lethal right now, and that's why we did it that way. Bring it on, guy. Reach trample, right? Like no first strike, no protection from black, just protection from multicolor. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. That is exactly what I wanted that guy to do. Gym Razor. He's giving it reach and trample. I can kill it in response. Or, I mean, kill it after it comes in. I think that's fine. He's left with 1 card in hand. So there's an argument for bouncing it and forcing him to retap all the mana. I think I do that because I also get to... cast this Brazen Borrower. And I'll put him down to like 2. Oh, and got even better. Seems pretty much in hand, because those 2 cards in his hand these aren't doing it. That land is not doing it. It only matters what the 3rd card is. Sure. Sure. And what are you gonna Gem Razor that? And I'm gonna drown in the lock-in? Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Even if I didn't, I still was attacking for lethal. Like, I don't know what it beats, honestly. Like, it just kind of plays some value creatures and hopes. Like, here's my parade of fat creatures. Okay, so we have both of our thing. He's got a Lurrus, which can be a variety of things. We've got an early play and counters that start on turn 3. That is the worst part, is our counters don't start until turn 3, but otherwise we are pretty okay. So I need both of these to be islands so that those counters work. So we're actually playing this as a land. I'm hoping it doesn't just go crazy on the first couple turns. And that was not crazy, so we are in good shape. Now we have a 4 spike on top of our other things, so we're in very good shape. So if he doesn't play something particularly meaningful... Okay, so he's a cycling deck. He's a cycling deck with the Lurrus. If he doesn't play something particularly meaningful that I have to force spike... Oh... So I've got the fumes in this deck, which are specifically for this, but really I think I just stop him from having business. You gotta go. Okay, thanks for stopping in, Philippe. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Gonna play some Among Us? That's a good choice. That's a good choice. Okay, so we've got counters for his next like 3 things that he does, if they are meaningful enough. I feel like he's gonna like cycle some cards or something, but maybe he's gonna play things like if he's like Dranith Stinger, I would be pretty happy about that, because then I won't counter that and I will develop my board instead. Adios. See ya, Philippe. I appreciate you hanging out. Sincerely. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Get up to threshold real quick. I think I lay this as a land so that I can... No, maybe I don't. Because I can cast all of these ones, but I can't double cast anyways. So we're just getting in. The next thing is startling to... Yeah, I'm very happy for him to just be cycling main phase. That means he's like, I don't know what he's looking for. Looking for business. Yeah, cycle some more main phase. So these didn't say pleases are gonna be for his whatchamacallits. For the Zenith flares. Otherwise, we are just doing this. We are keeping his stuff off the table. And seeing if, like I guess the Lurrus is the most scary thing. Maybe I should have let the Dranstinger in. I should have let the Dranstinger in. I am going to didn't say please your Lurus though. Yeah. It's a Dranstinger. He is there. Okay, now he is bounced. Yeah, are you gonna cycle some stuff in response? Yeah, it's amazing. That's chock full of who cares. Yep, you got it, guy. All right, Lofty Denial. That's okay. I don't have a flyer, but it still does its thing. I could actually play a flyer and put the Lofty Denial online, and that might be the choice. Yeah, I think that's what we do. Now we're swinging for 3, which is much better. So this is really kind of his opportunity turn. He could do something cool, or he could lay 2 creatures. That creature I don't care about. The other guy is scarier, but he's not going to play it because he doesn't want to run into the counter. Okay. Let's... I think I'm going to play this Hagra Mauling, actually. I maybe should have done that last turn. If he wants to trade with me, I'll trade. Because we hit the eight cards in his graveyard threshold, and so really this guy's either doing damage or he's trading with a creature, and so we're just getting this done. And we can Brazen Borrower at the end of his turn if he is so inclined. Okay, so he can lure us and still do something. Oh, he's cycling some more. He's trying to get to the Zenith players. I think his big plan is Zenith player. But we're going to untap and have 2 counters available in a second. That guy's fine, because I can Brazen Borrow him if he gets out of control. Keep going. Yeah. Also fine. There's an argument for countering that. But I don't think he's presenting a fast enough clock. I think we... Okay, we can hard counter basically 2 spells here, and bounce something if things go crazy. And otherwise, we actually have lethal if he taps out here. So that can potentially deal 5 to me. 6, 7, 8. I've still got the bounce if that gets big, so that's fine. Okay. Deals 4, and then I take 5 from the Dranstinger. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like we're gonna Fairy and still have a counter and backup, and then and then things are gonna get worse for him. So this is lethal, and I have all the counters in the world. all the counters in the world guy. Yep, seems right. So it's definitely not the plan. All right, we got our colors of mana. We've got early play. We've got counters. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. This is totally fine. I don't like not having. I don't have a counter on turn 2, and they go first. Hey, Belago, how's it going? Oh, you rated me. Can you? I apologize. I didn't mean to mislead you. Can you unraid? Sorry, Raiders. My bad, Belago. I didn't mean to waste your raid. I feel bad now. But thanks for the raid. I appreciate the thought. I always like your raids. My fault. I can't read. But yeah, I wish sorry about that. This is I don't do the Magic Arena a whole lot, but I try and mix it up a little bit, like have a little break from my normal stuff. What did he get? Get a land, okay. How are you doing today, Belago? How was your stream? Did you have a good stream? Play lots of cool levels? And importantly, are you going to be playing Mario Maker 5 when it hits? Or not, Mario Maker 35? Sorry, Mario Maker 35. I can't talk. Mario 35. The be some 0.5%. That's pretty good. That can take some grinding. Like once it gets below 1%, it's like, okay, well this this could be a 15-minute thing, and it could be a much longer thing, right? It's always hard to know. But yeah, are you gonna play Mario 35 when it comes out this week? Probably not. We'll see though. I was thinking about it for sure. It is definitely on my radar because I figure people who like Mario Maker would also like that, and you know, got some pluses and minuses. But yeah, I was leaning in that direction, I guess is the way to say it. Does it not interest you, or is it just because? And arguably, it's. I was telling McRiot this. There's an argument for being one of the people playing Mario Maker 2 when. Why is he casting spells at me? Being one of the people playing Mario Maker 2 when other people are playing the other thing, so that there's fewer streamers playing Mario Maker 2 sort of thing, if that makes sense. Because some amount of them will be playing Mario 35 instead. Been busy. That's fair. That's fair. Well, so keep in mind, Mario 35 is like available for a limited time only, per se. So it's That's maybe an argument for doing it. You wouldn't be dedicated to it. You would just be doing it while it was available, right? Like it's only available for a few months, I think. But yeah, what have you been busy doing? Just busy work? Or busy something else? Just watch me play. That's fair. That's fair. I'm okay with that plan too. Um, does it work mostly? What is it? Is it like a busy season for you? Like, or is it just happens to be the way things are, sort of thing? Because you work in like finance, right? Is that it? Am I remembering correctly? Banking stuff? Or am I misremembering? Oh, blood lab. Okay. I'm misremembering. Is always busy, sure. I can understand that too. Like a blood lab that's collecting blood, or a blood lab that's like analyzing blood? Um, all right. So he was threatening a lot of damage here. We're gonna see if we can stave off some of this. Okay, analyzing blood. 200,000 tubes a day. That is crazy. That is a significant amount. What success? What Yorion? That is an interesting card for this environment. So we've got both our colors of mana, and some early plays and some counters. So we were pretty happy with this arrangement. We can cast most of our stuff off of the 2 land we have for sure. Question is, do we get this Hagra Mauling out there? I think the answer is no. All right. New question. Do we cast that, or no, we don't cast that. We get our swamp and are happy about it. So I can't mill Victory him, which, doesn't really matter. Search library for Plains card. create some walls, gain life. None of those things matter. That card is a big blank. Birth of Miletus. Miletus? Okay. Yep. And now we go get a swamp, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. There's an argument for getting an island there, but pretty sure we get the swamp instead. Okay. So we will probably get to, oh yeah, we will for sure get to Soaring Thought Thief because he doesn't have anything in his yard yet. But we can look scary. We can bounce something if he does something scary. That is not it. You can do that all you want, guy. Every one of those cards that is essentially a 2-mana plains for you, you can do. Gotta go. Have a nice stream. It just hit 7 hours. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, Sir Bruiser. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right. Thanks. I will try. Okay, so we've got 2 counters. One of them, I think we'll do this. Thanks. I will try to have a good day. We will. Each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a non-land non-token permanent. If that player can't, they discard a card. They lose 2 life. You draw a card. You gain 2 life. You create 2. That is an interesting card. We're going to bounce that and then counter it the next time it comes down. Because that was kind of scary. Kind of scary. And we're getting a swamp so that we can cast our Hagra Mauling. And we're getting enough cards in his graveyard that I can actually counter that Doom Foretold. That's kind of scary. And then then we're accepting that things are weird. Solemn Simulacrum. That is fine, actually. That is not a threat. He's got a lot of land dig to normalize his multicolored Yorion deck. So he's got a lot of cards that aren't threats, which is pretty good. So he's giving me the opportunity to put the clock on even more. We will take that opportunity. I think I actually get a swamp here. Then I can Hagra Mauling and Thieves thing in a single turn. Oh, I can't swamp because I've got both of my swamps in play. Yep. So we've got two hard-ish counters and creature kill and a Thieves Guild Enforcer. So we're in okay shape here. We're not worried about what he has to offer. Yep, you can do 2 damage to me for sure. All day. All day. That's Yorion. Okay, so I think I'm just Hagra Mauling that. Enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-land permanents So he's gonna get another Solemn Simulacrum hit, but I don't care. I need the hard counters to make sure that things happen correctly. Yep. Yep. So he's on a couple of turn clock here. I've still got some counters to go. So we'll see if he pulls up an answer here. I expect him not to. But we have a Drown in the Lock plus a Hypnotic Sprite, so we should be able to answer whatever he's got. And we can cast both of them, importantly. Like we can hard counter one thing like that. That doesn't stop him from dying. I think I allow that to do it. Player sacrifices non-land non-token. If that player can't, all the bad things happen. And then you sacrifice Doom Foretold. I am okay with sacrificing a thing because it's going to be this Thieves Guild Enforcer. Copy of any artifact or enchantment on the battlefield. This is a good target for this card. And we still have Drown in the Lock open. So this is a win. Yep. Success.